Well, hello there. It's your number one ASMR bad boy boyfriend, Jazzer. And oh, baby. 10,000 subscribers, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I know I'm making this video really late. I'm looking at my sub count right now and it says 13,000, which is freaking insane. But I'll tell you right now, 10 is my favorite number. It's just a solid number, you know? And that's the way you guys make me feel. Solid. But not in that way. But like, as a YouTuber, I try not to let the numbers dictate how I feel. It's hard, but I really do try to do that. Because these numbers can really mess with you. You know, if you really try to get into all the analytics and find out, oh, this and that, I just found out that it really messes with my head. So when I see this 10K, I see it more as a milestone. As you guys are enjoying the content. And so the things that I try to focus on are your comments, your likes, and how much you guys love the video, and how you guys are always asking for part 2. And I'm not gonna lie, that stuff keeps me going. Like, I'm a pretty tenacious dude. You know, if I want to get something done, I'm gonna do it. But like everybody else, I do get those off days. But when I read your guys' comments, it fills up my meter, and you guys just push me to the next level. And I really appreciate that. Like, all those good comments that you guys give me, they're not just there. When you put something like that out there for me, I really do appreciate it. And it gives me that boost that I just need sometimes. But yeah, before we get into the Q&A, I do want to mention a few things before we actually get into that. I haven't really given any shout-outs on my channel or anything like that. But I do want to give one right now to a friend that's been with me for a long time, even before my YouTube channel and all that. And she's helped me out a lot with the channel. Like, sometimes I'll just have an idea that's in my head and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I run it by her. And then I kind of get a better sense of like, okay, got it. And she's just an awesome person. Her name is Skylar Bloom. And if you guys could do me a big favor and go to her Twitch, twitch.tv/Skylar Bloom, and, you know, give her a follow, check her out, see if you like her content. You know, that'd be awesome. And now there's something that I want to shout out for myself. I got some super exciting news for you guys. I am going to be opening up a Patreon. I don't want to get into too much about it right now because I don't want to make this whole video about that. But I am going to be opening up a Patreon. It is going to be 18 plus. And there is definitely going to be some spicy audios. So if you are of age and you are into that, by all means, check it out. See if anything fits your budget. See if anything fits your liking. I just got done finishing making it, so I don't have that much content on there. I don't have any content on there just yet. So I'm planning to do about 2 to 4 spicy audios every month on there. And there's also going to be a bunch of other goodies within the tiers as well. If you're not into Patreon or you're not going to be doing anything over there, you don't have to worry about it. My YouTube is going to stay the same. Nothing else is going to change. All right. I think that's about all the plugging that I wanted to do. I do have a Twitter, if you guys don't know. I have an Instagram. You can find those on my page. Follow me if you want. Oh yeah, I forgot. So, I think you guys have noticed that the background being used in this video is a picture of Jazzer riding a skateboard over there. Now, isn't that just a badass piece of art? And you'll never guess who drew it. Skylar Bloom. And the reason why she drew this piece for me is because I guess this tangles into why I was so late on making the 10K video. I had a big old thing planned and I thought it was going to be super dope, but some of the plans fell through and kind of just wasted a lot of time. I think I'll try to get that fixed by maybe the 20K Q&A if we have one of those. So instead, I asked Skylet if she could draw me a badass piece for my 10K video, and she went all out. Like the whole background, she drew every little detail on this big piece of art that she made for me. Oh yeah, and a little fun fact, she also drew my Jonzer ASMR profile picture as well. But yeah, if you guys want to see the picture a little bit better, I'm going to post it on my Twitter, maybe my Instagram, so you guys could check it out, get the whole view of the photo. It's badass. So yeah, I think that about covers all of the things that I wanted to talk about. So I think it's that time. I think you know what time it is. It's that time. It's question time, baby. So I do want to talk a little bit about myself, not too much, but just before, kicking off the questions, let you know who I am a little bit. Obviously, you guys know my name is Jonzer. I've went by Jonzer for a long time, and I am a voice actor. I've been doing this voice acting gig for about 4 years now. Now, I don't work with any big company or anything like that, but it's just, self-teaching myself, and I didn't call myself a voice actor right away. Like, I really dedicated time, and I found my voice, and I learned how to do all these crazy things with my voice, and I've been in this thing doing it for about 4 to 5, going on 5 years. This has been a huge passion of mine for a while, and I'm not sure why I like it so much. I think it's just growing up, loving anime, and just really paying attention to the voice actors more than anything else, really. And whenever I voice act or I do a script and I nail it, something inside me just feels so damn good. And just an FYI, I've been doing this for years for free. So if anybody ever tells me that I'm doing this just for the money, or, just doing this because, I don't know, I get views, that's not true. I do this because I honestly enjoy it so much. And the fact that I have you guys all supporting me, it just makes it that much better. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little rant. Not trying to make this too cheesy. But if you think about it, this is the first time that I'm actually talking to you. Every other time it's been in a script, and, it's a character that I've been playing and all that, which is, super fun and everything. But right now I'm talking to you specifically. And who knows, maybe it brings the community in a bit more, and, we get a bit more closer and just, make this a tight-knit, awesome community that we can all come in and enjoy the audios. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. What do you think? All right, let's officially get into the questions now. I won't put it off any longer. Let's do it. All right. So this first question, okay, so if I mess up your guys' names, don't kill me. All right? I'm not trying to mispronounce your guys' names. I'm not that much of an asshole. So the first couple of questions come from Maylene J. Where do you find all these scripts? Do you write your own scripts? Similarities between the characters and you. Those are some pretty good questions. So where do I find all these scripts? I guess most of the time they just pop up in my head. Sometimes it's a picture I see, sometimes it's the music I listen to. Like, there's art everywhere. You just got to notice it. I think I'm going to expose myself a little bit right here, but I've always been a big fan of, like, fantasy and romance shows. For instance, like The Vampire Diaries, I've watched the whole freaking thing like 2 times, and that has a ton of seasons. I was hooked on a bunch of romance anime, like cheesy chick flicks that were made for like teen girls, but for some reason I liked watching them. So I guess all of my ideas were just a culmination of all of that. As for the script writing, I guess you could say I write all my own scripts, because I don't really write scripts. So what I do is, when an idea strikes me, instead of writing a whole script word for word, I write out things that I want to happen in the YouTube video. For instance, I'll start like, okay, it's going to start here. Boom. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And, this is how it's going to end. And then in the middle of all those parts, I just improvise like crazy. Like, I don't know if you really noticed this, but if you listen to my audios compared to a lot of other people, my stuff, I think, sounds very natural. It doesn't sound like anything is forced. It doesn't sound like I'm reading from, something. A lot of my stuff is just made up on the spot, and it's what I'm feeling in that moment. Because when I become a character, I'm that character. I'm no longer Jazzer. I'm no longer me. I am this character. And I feel like if I wrote something back then, like let's say 2 hours ago, and then I'm going to do the script, in that moment, I might not feel like saying that. I might feel like, oh, I'm this, because I've become this character. I know it sounds cheesy as hell, but, I become the character. I get into it. I think it's called like method acting or something like that, but I think I pull a little bit from that, and it makes the audio sound so much more better. I feel like it sounds good, and it feels real. It feels genuine. So to answer your question, I do write my own scripts, but I don't really write a script. I kind of just improvise off of ideas. Damn, I'm still like on the first set of questions. This is going to be a long video. I might have to like save some of these questions for, maybe another video, but similarities between the characters and me. Yeah, definitely. All the characters that I play need to have a piece of me in that character. Because if I'm not in that character, I can't play them. I need to inject a little bit of me in every character that I play because it's my style. It's me. I don't want to pretend to be something else. I want to become something else. And for me to do that, I got to inject a little bit of me in all of the characters that I play. All right. So this next question is from Lilies and Laughter. How's it going, Lily? What role has been your favorite to play? So I was going to say Mafia Boyfriend. But ever since I did that new werewolf audio, oh man, I think I'm going to have to go with the werewolf audio. I mean, I was going to say the Mafia Boyfriend because, when I'm doing that accent and I have, this new Juzzy type of accent, like, to pull off something like that is a challenge because you risk sounding funny. You risk sounding like, I don't believe this guy. Who is this guy? I don't believe him. So I found it very important that everything that I said had to sound like a real mafia guy. And it was a hell of a challenge, and it was fun. And some people said I sounded kind of like Russian, and some people said I sounded, not like the right thing. But I mean, I think it sounded good. It sounded sexy. It sounded cool. And that's what I was going for. But as far as the werewolf audio goes, I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't just doing boyfriend audios anymore. I was doing a real live kind of like story or a real live, like, I don't know, TV episode of something. And I just felt like I feel myself advancing to the next level already. So you might see some experimentations here and there with my audios, but I think in the end, with these experimentations, it's going to lift the quality of all of the content that I do. Like I said, this is a journey, I'm not just trying to push out the same thing, copy paste. This channel is going to be going and doing all kinds of different things. Oh yeah, and jumping back to the Mafia Boyfriend, just to show you that how much of a challenge that was. I did the whole script, finished it, and then I scrapped it, threw it away, and started again 4 times. I know it might not sound like a lot, but it's a lot. And that's how serious I take it. Probably doesn't help that I'm a perfectionist, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Capiche? Alright, I think I got a few more questions in me. The next one comes from Izumi. They said, is it hard not to laugh while making your audios? Yeah, I mean, I chuckle sometimes, or I'm like, in the middle of recording, I'll just be like, did I really just say that? God damn, I'm corny. But yeah, like I said earlier, once I'm in character, I'm full go. Anything I say, anything I feel in that moment, I'm gonna say it. And sometimes that makes from some hilarious things that I say in the moment, and I just have to take a second and be like, all right, let's redo this shit. All right, so moving on to the next question. The next question is going to be from Valkia Jewel. What's going on, Val? And she asked, what's your thought process on how you should tone your voice to the script? Interesting question. So for me, toning my voice is kind of just, how I want the character to be played. So for instance, when I'm doing the mafia boyfriend, I can't just be this sexy, suave guy all the time. I kind of have to inject a little bit of leadership into the character and make sure that's what the character would sound like. And then, for example, when I'm doing a vampire voice, that's when instead of like being this leader, mafia guy, then I'm more of this dark and deeper and more mysterious, vampire guy, because it matches the tone a bit better. So for her next question, she's asking what it feels like to be YouTube famous. So for one, I don't think I'm YouTube famous. Not yet anyway. I definitely feel like I've now become a legit YouTuber. Like, getting 10,000 subscribers plus, that doesn't just happen to anybody. But right now, I still have to work my 9-to-5 job and, pay the bills that way. And until that I can actually pay the bills with my YouTube career, then I could say that I'm YouTube famous. But right now, I'm not really in a hurry to get, to shoot up super quick. I mean, it'd be nice, but right now I feel like we're just a bunch of friends in a big tree house just listening to audios, and we're all just having a good time, and I love that aspect too. Like, I see regulars, commenters every video, and I'm like, oh, hey, there she is, or hey, there he is, or whatever, Like, right now it's kind of like we're just in a little club, and I think that's pretty cool too. All right, so the next question comes from Christina Jean Donato. And they ask, will you make more fantasy videos? You don't even have to ask. I'm always going to be making fantasy videos. I'm going to be making boyfriend audio videos. I'm going to be making the whole shebang. They're all coming out. That's my specialty. All right, here's a fun question. It comes from Harley. And she asks, what's your favorite anime? And I'm into tons of anime. If I had to choose my all-time favorite, this is a weird one, but I would probably have to choose Future Diary. And I think it's Mirai Nikki for the Japanese translation. I love it because it's the perfect combination of horror and romance and time, which are my three favorite things within movies. I love horror movies. I love romance, obviously. And then I love movies that have to do with time, which is kind of a weird category of movies, but just, like jumping through time or stopping time or just anything like that. It really intrigues me. And this anime has all three. And hold on, don't get it confused now. When I'm talking about the Future Diary anime, I'm talking about the dub version. Because I've watched the sub and the dub. And I'm not talking about just translations and voice acting. It almost feels like the story is a little bit different, depending on which version you watch. So I'm a fan of the dub version. I like all the voice actors in there. And yeah, for my runner-up animes, I'll have to go with, I like Love is War, Parasite, Skate Infinity, My Hero Academia for, one of the bigger ones. And, the classics, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh! I like all that stuff too. All right, this video is hitting about 20 minutes. I'm going to do one last question. And it's going to be from Ricardo Markland III. And they asked, "What's your secret?" They didn't really put anything else. They just asked, "What's your secret?" So if they're asking me, like, what's my secret to being a voice actor or, just putting out awesome content, there's really no secret. I just found my thing. And I feel like that's what everyone needs to do in their lives, to find their thing that they're really good at. I put a lot of my work into becoming a content creator. Like, I don't even really have a social life because of it. Because I love doing what I do. I don't need a social life. I need to be the best content creator that I can be. My goal in life, or should I say when you find your goal in life, it's almost all you want to do. And I love making content for you guys. And I hope you guys, enjoy it too. And I hope you guys are all in with me. Because all of my chips, they're in. I'm all in. And I've already received a few messages of people saying how I inspired them to make something. And that's awesome. When someone comes to me and they're like, "Yo, I've been watching your stuff and it inspired me to make something creative." And that makes me happy because I feel like I'm actually making a difference in their lives. So I guess we'll leave off the video with a little bit of advice, which, came out of nowhere. Find something that makes you excited about life. Because I feel like there's a lot of problems in the world. And, we're going day to day, not really living. We're just alive. And I believe there's something out there for everybody. All right. I think that's good. If I missed any of your questions, I'm going to write them down. Maybe we can, kick them off to the 20K Q&A. And, until then, thanks for joining me on this crazy ride. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you later.